Right, here we go. I promised you a video, and I've picked this one because this question, I've seen it like 3 or 4 times, and they love it. And in my opinion, right, if you can do this question well, it's going to be worth so many marks, so it's really worth it. Right, the question is asking, what's the best way to reduce a UK deficit on their current account? So the first thing you do before you all do this map is you try and say an intro. So I would explain what a deficit on the current account is, which is fairly easy. Then after I said that, I'd talk about how the UK normally has a massive deficit on its current account. In one past paper I've seen, they've talked about it being a deficit of about 20 billion over a number of years. So that's a massive deficit, and you can talk about how that'd be a withdrawal from the circular flow, so that'd be bad for the economy. Anyway, once you've done that, you want to get on with doing the policies because there's so much you can say with this question. There's loads of marks to go. There are 4 different options you can do. One of them is a expenditure reducing policy, which is a bad one because it means there can be less spending in the UK economy. And then there's going to be expenditure switching policies. And these are all about getting people to switch their spending from on imports to spending on our sort of goods. So anyway, where are we? I'll start off with this one. Right, reduce aggregate demand would be one policy to improve our trade deficit. You'd first of all, what's that? Right, you'd first of all do this. You'd zoom in and you go to how it would work. So I'll draw a diagram first of all. The diagram is just an AD-AS diagram with AD going down. Right. I won't bother labelling it all. But you can see this policy, I'll label it, I might as well. With this policy, the price goes down, but output in our economy goes down loads. So the idea of this policy is, if we reduce AD, at least people in the UK won't buy imports. So if they're not buying as many imports, that'll be better for our trade balance. Now, we all know that's a stupid idea because as AD goes down, there's going to be lots of other problems. The R but is there's going to be, and you can put it here, conflicts with other objectives. So at the same time as, yes, we're getting a better trade balance, but the problem is we're getting a reduction in growth. So that's bad for people's living standards. And also it's bad because if there's less growth, there'll be an increase in unemployment. And you can talk about that I can't spell unemployment. You can talk about that being cyclical unemployment. And also you can say, and if you want, remember that diagram that I did today in the lesson, where you could talk about how, where are we? That's government spending / tax, and that's real GDP. And you can talk about how, when the economy is doing badly, they get less money in from tax, and they have to spend more money. So it's also bad for the government, the amount of money the government would get from tax. There we go, look at this. We're having to pay more money in government spending here, and we're also getting in less tax. So it's a really bad idea to have the economy going down like that. So that is a stupid policy, and it's a dreadful one, but the good thing is it's got loads of R buts. Right, on to the second one. Right, supply-side policies. For me, I would do supply-side policies last, because they're, in theory, the best ones. But I'll just do them now quickly. With supply-side policies, why will they work? Because supply-side policies are epic. They make our goods more efficient, more productive. I'm going to do a better arrow than that. Don't go away.